Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Wednesday, August 21 recap. Baby name reveal enrages Kristina Jason dragged into missing Scott case. General Hospital, GH, spoilers recap for Wednesday, August 21, reveals that Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, made a secret phone call and urged someone to get there since they were needed for once. So she was seemingly talking to Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst. Alexis then turned her attention to Kristina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, and highlighted the importance of coming together as a family for the funeral and burial. Although Kristina had planned to keep her daughter if she'd survived, Alexis suggested there was no need for Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaginos, and TJ Ashford, Taj Bello, to know that. While Alexis stashed Kristina's custody papers in her briefcase, Molly and TJ talked about needing to name their baby girl back at their place. Later, TJ announced to Stella Henry, Vernie Watson, Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, Marshall Ashford, Robert Gossett, and Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, that the baby's name was Irene. So Stella got particularly emotional over the nod to her deceased sister. As for Molly, she headed to Alexis' house and eventually revealed the baby's name to Kristina. Molly said it was Irene Marie, but Kristina was upset over being excluded from the decision and snapped that it wasn't the name she would have chosen. At the PCPD, Ava Jerome, Maura West, sadly looked to John Jagger Cates, Adam J. Harrington, for approval as she gave Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, a fresh statement, which included new details about Kristina repeating threatening to kill her. John eventually showed up at Alexis' place and tried to make Kristina go with him for more questions based on the new statement. Alexis stood her ground and had Molly get the court agreement out of her briefcase. Although John ultimately left, Molly found papers that Kristina had drawn up to take custody of the baby herself and looked betrayed. At the gallery on Wednesday's GH episode, Ava found Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, and Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, bickering about her. Jocelyn suggested Ava would have been the one who flew out the window if she'd been in that hotel room instead of Kristina. After Jocelyn took off, Trina pointed out that Ava told her one story in lockup and was now giving the police another. Once Trina pushed for the truth, Ava admitted she was in trouble and had to do what the FBI said to survive. Ava revealed more details off-screen, so Trina appreciated her honesty and made it clear that their bond was unbreakable. Although Ava couldn't tell the truth to save Kristina just yet, Trina argued that time was running out. In Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard office, he told Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, they could use Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, as bait to lure Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, out of hiding. Anna had eventually arrived with news on Ava's amended statement, so Sonny ranted about John being behind it. Although Anna suspected Ava was indeed coerced by John, she acknowledged that she had no proof. Sonny and Anna played the blame game over past mistakes before Anna brought up the fact that Scott Baldwin, Kin Shriner, was missing. Since John claimed Jason was the last person to see Scott, Anna had some questions. Jason was forced to go down to the station with Anna, but he ultimately clammed up and refused to talk without his lawyer. After Anna griped about Jason telling Sonny about Valentin's med tampering, she suggested he didn't have to go back to working for Sonny. Jason had been straddling two worlds since he came back, but Anna insisted he had to choose. Once Anna pitched the idea of Jason having a good life with his children away from all the Sonny drama, he brought up her own messy past. Anna still planned to take down Sonny and just hoped Jason wasn't standing next to him when it happened. Next, Sonny made his way to the gallery, so Ava asked if he was there to kill her. Although Sonny suggested Ava deserved a grim fate, He flashed a creepy smile and said he was there to save her life instead. General Hospital spoilers say Ava had better take Sunny's deal if she knows what's good for her. So stick with us for more predictions on their agreement and updates on John's downfall. Port Charles was alive with tension and secrets on Wednesday, August 21, as the town's most prominent families found themselves in the middle of drama that could have lasting repercussions. Emotions ran high, particularly for the Corinthos clan, as an innocent event, a baby name reveal, unraveled into a fierce confrontation that could tear apart their already fragile family bonds. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan, known for his loyalty and unflinching resolve, found himself drawn into the latest mystery in Port Charles, the disappearance of Scott Baldwin. A celebration turned sour. The day started on a hopeful note at the Corinthos estate, where Sunny and Carly had organized a small family gathering to celebrate the newest addition to the Corinthos family. Molly and TJ, glowing with the pride of new parents, were ready to reveal the name they had chosen for their baby girl. The setting was idyllic, with the sun shining through the large windows of the Corinthos living room, casting a warm glow on the cheerful decor Carly had meticulously arranged. As the family gathered, with Sunny, Carly, and Kristina in attendance, the air was thick with anticipation. Molly, holding her baby close, exchanged a tender glance with TJ before she began. "We wanted to honor someone who means the world to us," Molly began, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. "Someone strong, resilient, and who has shown us the true meaning of family." Kristina, seated next to Sunny, smiled, assuming the name would be a tribute to her late sister, Morgan, or perhaps even in homage to Alexis, their mother. But as Molly continued, her smile faded. "We've decided to name her Tayana, after TJ's late mother, Thomasina," Molly announced with pride, her eyes shimmering with tears of joy. The room was silent for a beat as everyone absorbed the name. Sunny nodded approvingly, understanding the sentiment. But Kristina's face darkened, her smile dropping into a frown that she struggled to conceal. Kristina's fury erupts. At first, Kristina tried to keep her feelings in check, but the disappointment and anger were too overwhelming. She felt blindsided and excluded, her heart aching with the realization that her family, the people she loved most, had overlooked her yet again. Wait, so no mention of Morgan or Alexis? Kristina's voice was tight, her eyes flashing with hurt. "I can't believe this." Molly, taken aback, tried to explain. "Kristina, we wanted to honor TJ's mother. It's nothing against Morgan or Mom. We just felt this was the right choice for us." But Kristina wasn't having it. The right choice? The right choice would have been considering how this affects the rest of us, your family. Morgan was my brother, and Mom has been through hell. How can you just ignore that? Sunny stepped in, attempting to defuse the situation. "Kristina, this is Molly and TJ's decision. They have the right to name their child whatever they feel is best." But Kristina was too far gone, her emotions boiling over. This isn't just about the name. It's about respect, about being seen and heard in this family. But clearly that doesn't matter. With that, she stormed out, leaving behind a room full of stunned family members. Carly, always the peacekeeper, looked at Sunny with concern. "We need to talk to her," she whispered, but Sunny shook his head. "Let her cool off," he replied, though his worry was evident. "She's not thinking straight right now." Jason drawn into the mystery. While the Corinthos family grappled with their own turmoil, Jason Morgan was pulled into a different kind of drama. Earlier in the day, he had received a call from an old friend, who informed him that Scott Baldwin had gone missing. The news had spread quickly through Port Charles, but details were scarce, and the police were keeping a tight lid on the investigation. Scott, known for his stubbornness and history of ruffling feathers, had made more than his share of enemies over the years. But a sudden disappearance, that was out of character even for him. Jason, who usually steered clear of anything that didn't involve the Corinthos family directly, couldn't ignore the gnawing feeling that something was seriously wrong. He met with Jordan Ashford, the police commissioner who was leading the investigation. "Jason, I know you and Scott haven't always seen eye to eye." Jordan started, her tone indicating that she was about to ask a favor. "But you have connections and resources that we don't. We need all hands on deck for this one." Jason nodded, his expression unreadable. "What do you know so far?" "Not much," Jordan admitted. "Scott was last seen leaving the Metro Court 2 nights ago. No one's heard from him since. His car was found abandoned near the pier, but there's no sign of a struggle." Jason's mind raced through the possibilities. Scott could have been involved in any number of shady deals or disputes, given his past. But for him to vanish without a trace suggested something more deliberate. "I'll look into it," Jason said finally, knowing that his involvement would likely stir the pot in Port Charles. But he couldn't shake the feeling that whatever had happened to Scott was connected to something, or someone much larger. Unexpected twists and turns. Back at the Corinthos estate, the tension simmered as Sonny and Carly tried to navigate the fallout from Kristina's outburst. Meanwhile, Molly and TJ were left to wonder if they had made a mistake, their joyful moment now tainted by Kristina's reaction. As the day drew to a close, Kristina found herself alone at the docks, staring out at the water, her mind racing. She wasn't just angry about the baby's name. She was angry about everything. The way her family always seemed to overlook her, the way she always felt like an outsider, even among her own flesh and blood. But before she could spiral further, she heard footsteps behind her. Turning, she saw Jason, his face as inscrutable as ever. "Kristina," he said, his voice steady. "I heard about what happened. Are you okay?" She sighed, leaning against the railing. "I don't know, Jason. I feel so lost." Jason looked at her, understanding that feeling all too well. "You're not lost. You're just searching. It's okay to be upset, but don't let it consume you." Kristina nodded, though her heart still felt heavy. "What about you?" "I heard Scott Baldwin's missing." Jason's eyes darkened. "Yeah, I'm looking into it." "Be careful," Kristina said, her voice soft. "I don't want to lose you too." Jason gave a small smile, though it didn't reach his eyes. "You won't. I'll make sure of it." As they stood there, two souls grappling with their own demons, it became clear that the events of this day were only the beginning. In Port Charles, nothing stayed buried for long, and as the sun set on this tumultuous day, the shadows of the past and the future loomed large.